yacht moving at sea is suddenly surrounded by killer whales. One of them even bites off the rudder before swimming away, but in the end they narrowly escape. While tourists are sightseeing offshore, a great white shark suddenly charges straight into their boat. It bites violently into the bow, damaging the vessel, then moves to the back and slams the water with its tail, leaping above the surface. Fortunately, everyone remains safe and immediately turns the boat back to shore. When the rescue team was sedating and preparing to move the hippo, it abruptly regained alertness and lunged forward in a surprise attack while still under observation. A lynx charges at a woman and her dog. It closes in fast, but the woman manages to open the door and kick it away before rushing safely inside. Loose dogs attack a woman and her pet right in her backyard. They don't stop there, they storm straight into the house as well. A brave delivery driver rushes in to help when a woman and her dog are attacked by a loose pit bull. The boy was riding his scooter near his home when he suddenly came face to face with a black bear. The bear charged straight toward him, but the boy stood still and locked eyes with it, causing the bear to hesitate. At the critical moment, a neighbor appeared and raised his arms to scare it away, sending the frightened bear running off. A crazed bear suddenly lunged out and attacked a biker, leaving everyone who witnessed it holding their breath. The man narrowly escaped death by a matter of seconds. An alligator wandered into a residential neighborhood in Florida, sending residents into panic. A quick-thinking man managed to trap the animal using a trash bin and later released it safely back into the wild. While kayaking, a man noticed a rope in the water and curiously pulled on it, only for an alligator to suddenly surface. He immediately fled, escaping by the narrowest margin. The goose is incredibly attached to its owner, but vicious toward everyone else. It is willing to attack anyone, even the owner's own brother. After every strike, it proudly flaps its wings to the cheers of nearby friends. In the middle of the afternoon by the lake, a male swan suddenly charged at a group of Canada goose goslings and even grabbed one in its beak, sending everyone into panicked screams. A brave man rushed into the water to rescue him. While watching seals offshore, a massive great white shark suddenly charged forward and slammed hard into the boat, damaging the bow with a powerful bite before violently thrashing its tail and swimming away. Thankfully, everyone remained safe and immediately headed back to shore after the terrifying encounter inside the shark's own territory. In the United Kingdom, a wild badger unexpectedly chases both dogs and people in broad daylight through a forest, sending everyone into panic. The climber is attacked by a bear while descending a mountain as the animal suddenly charges down from above. After a terrified scream, the man fights back with repeated punches and kicks, and the bear eventually shows signs of retreat. A heart-stopping moment as a crazed leopard charges into a village in India, attacking multiple people before being restrained by brave locals. At Lion Country Safari, a mischievous ostrich repeatedly pecked at a tourist's car, creating a moment that was both surprising and funny. As a cycling group rode along the coast, a white ostrich suddenly burst onto the road and chased after them. By the end of the path, the animal wandered off, leaving behind a scene that was both nerve-wracking and unexpectedly humorous. While distracted by his phone, a young boy suddenly saw a leopard walk straight into the house. He immediately bolted outside and shut the door, trapping the animal inside. A leopard breaking into a house to hunt a pet dog is captured on camera. The dog runs, but the leopard quickly tracks it down, grabs it, and slips back outside. A man pries open an alligator's jaws to save a screaming puppy after the gator suddenly surges out of the water, clamps onto the dog, and drags it under. The moment a lion attacks a cow in Gujarat is captured on video. An enraged wild boar slams hard into a metal gate and then charges out to attack a man. A dog quickly senses danger as a black bear approaches the house. It immediately barks loudly, showing clear aggression, forcing the bear to hesitate and retreat. Trail guide remains astonishingly calm and stops a charging elephant in South Africa, proving how steady energy can influence the behavior of wild animals. A rare incident unfolded at the Jupiter Inlet fishing spot in Florida when a fisherman was suddenly attacked by a charging moray eel. When the rescue team was sedating and preparing to move the hippo, it abruptly regained alertness and lunged forward in a surprise attack while still under observation. A hippo stretched its body out of its enclosure, forcing a security staff member to stand firm and try to push it back inside. Even as the animal opened its mouth in a threatening display, he remained calm until the hippo finally turned around and walked away. During a safari trip, a group of tourists was suddenly chased by an aggressive buffalo. Thanks to the driver's skillful handling, the animal was quickly left behind, turning the moment into a dramatic and unforgettable experience. Tourists at Nara Park were startled by a deer, even though the species is usually gentle. However, if visitors carry bags with long straps, the deer may suddenly tug on them, so extreme caution is advised. Estes Park, whenever the moose mating season begins, the streets fall into heavy traffic congestion as aggressive moose herds attack surrounding vehicles.
What is it?
You sound like my kitty.
The man was charged and attacked by a moose after ignoring warnings from local residents and attempting to approach the animal. Beachgoers are stunned when a wild boar suddenly swims ashore. In panic, it runs wildly across the beach and attacks several tourists before finally charging into the forest and disappearing. A male lion sneaks into a cattle pen at midnight and pounces on a calf. Hearing the commotion, the owner rushes out in panic and throws sticks to drive it away and save the rest of the livestock, and luckily, the lion retreats. A man is suddenly viciously attacked by a troop of macaques while on his way home. He is bitten and knocked to the ground, then struggles back up, throws one of the monkeys aside, and escapes with the help of his neighbors. A furious elephant charges straight into a residential area, attacking people and smashing multiple vehicles, sending residents into a panicked escape. A wild buffalo slowly approaches, then suddenly charges and slams violently into a car. A male tourist unexpectedly steps into a crocodile enclosure in the Philippines to take photos, mistaking the crocodile for a statue. Just seconds later, the aggressive crocodile lunges forward, clamps its jaws onto the victim's leg, and violently drags him underwater. The bison in Yellowstone rubbed aggressively against a vehicle, and at one point they even thought it might climb onto the hood. A swan attacked a man to defend its territory. A massive swan confronted a dog in a park in Strasbourg. The enraged rhinoceros suddenly charged straight into a safari vehicle, sending everyone into chaos. A heart-stopping moment that showed just how dangerous a rhino can be. A violent male swan repeatedly attacked passing vehicles to protect its mate and young. Provoked by the color of the car's paint, the peacock suddenly launched a violent attack, chasing the vehicle out of its territory. An unbelievable display of dominance that left everyone stunned.
I was walking here last week.
A male red-winged blackbird suddenly attacked pedestrians at City Place to protect its chicks. This species is known for being extremely aggressive during breeding season. While visiting an ostrich farm, a woman attempts to take a close-up photo of an ostrich when it suddenly charges straight at her camera. A massive great white shark violently rams its head into a cage, attempting to attack the diver inside. During a live performance, a killer whale unexpectedly drags a trainer down into the water, placing him in a critical and unplanned situation. The trainer's colleagues rush in to support and rescue him. During a shark diving tour, a tiger shark suddenly becomes aggressive and lunges at a diver, but luckily, another man quickly steps in to stop the shark. Off the coast of California, a couple narrowly escapes death when a massive humpback whale suddenly erupts from the water and crashes down onto their kayak, and miraculously both survive without serious injury. Beneath the ocean, a giant octopus suddenly attacks a diver, tightly wrapping around his arm and equipment as he struggles violently to break free. In the end, he manages to escape, but the octopus remains clinging firmly to the camera. While admiring the ocean offshore, a boat is suddenly struck by a large great white shark. Fortunately, no one is injured. They immediately head back to shore in fear that the boat may be damaged. The attack happens simply because the boat accidentally enters its territory. A massive shark suddenly leaps onto a family's boat in the United States, sending everyone into panic. They later work together to rescue it and safely release it back into the ocean. The monkeys at Longleat Safari Park in Wiltshire are thrilled with their new toy, a car packed with objects for them to freely destroy and explore. An aggressive mother raccoon lashes out as a man uses a broom to try to chase it out of a trash can. Horrifying moment as a woman is repeatedly attacked and bitten by a crazed fox, desperately trying to kick and shake it off. However, the gray fox refuses to let go until a man rushes in just in time to save her. A woman and her dog are attacked by a rabid lynx as she struggles to pull her dog free before sprinting into the house. An elephant suddenly goes on a rampage during a festival, attacking vehicles parked near a temple. It violently flips multiple vehicles as two handlers desperately try to restrain it, but to no avail. An aggressive duck suddenly gives chase, sending a woman screaming and fleeing in panic out of the yard. A sheep repeatedly rams its head into a person in an open pasture, making the victim feel both terrified and amused at the same time. The sheep is simply defending its territory from the intrusion of a visitor. When it feels threatened, even a sheep can become aggressive in self-defense. A small moment, yet one that makes viewers reflect on the so-called innocence of sheep.
Quack, quack, quack,
The man is swarmed and bitten by a troop of monkeys in the middle of the street. He's knocked to the ground, struggles back up, and hurls one monkey away before escaping with help from neighbors. A resident's cat is attacked by two pit bulls right at the entrance of the house while it's simply lying there. The owner of the dogs has absolutely no control over them. Just a few steps from a parked truck, a Canada lynx suddenly attacks a deer. According to witnesses, the lynx spends hours trying to bring the deer down. A male lion slips into a cattle shed at midnight and takes down a calf. Hearing the commotion, the owner rushes out and throws a stick to scare the lion off, protecting the herd. A crazed bear suddenly lunged out and attacked a biker, leaving everyone who witnessed it holding their breath. Tourists at Nara Park were startled by a deer, even though the species is usually gentle. However, if visitors carry bags with long straps, the deer may suddenly tug on them, so extreme caution is advised. In Estes Park, whenever the moose mating season begins, the streets fall into heavy traffic congestion as aggressive moose herds attack surrounding vehicles. A snake charmer is suddenly bitten back by his own snake. A reckless man kisses a wild boar and is instantly bitten on the chin. A diver experiences a heart-stopping moment during an extremely close encounter with an octopus offshore. After several tense minutes of struggle, the animal finally releases its grip and swims away. A king cobra quietly slithered up behind the woman as she was cooking outside. With her back turned, she had no idea that danger was just moments away. At a private ranch, a group of tourists was suddenly chased by a charging camel. A bold ostrich poked its head into a vehicle and casually stole a tourist's belongings, creating a moment that was both startling and hilariously revealing of the bird's endless curiosity. Another man was overwhelmed and chased by a flock of black swans on a golf course. While the car was driving through Kruger National Park in South Africa, a grumpy rhino showed obvious annoyance at the unexpected guest, turning the moment into a dramatic and surprising encounter. Near Kruger National Park, a male elephant suddenly became agitated and charged straight at a safari vehicle as the group was searching for a herd of elephants. The attack left everyone stunned, while the guide had to stay calm in the face of real danger. A hippo stretched its body out of its enclosure, forcing a security staff member to stand firm and try to push it back inside. Even as the animal opened its mouth in a threatening display, he remained calm until the hippo finally turned around and walked away. As a cycling group rode along the coast, a white ostrich suddenly burst onto the road and chased after them. By the end of the path, the animal wandered off, leaving behind a scene that was both nerve-wracking and unexpectedly humorous. While distracted by his phone, a young boy suddenly saw a leopard walk straight into the house. He immediately bolted outside and shut the door, trapping the animal inside. A leopard breaks into a residential area and attacks a dog. It slips into the village at midnight and drags the dog out of a house by clamping down on its neck. Villagers discover an injured leopard lying by the riverbank. As they try to restrain it with sticks and tie its legs for safe transport, a man bends down to secure the rope. Suddenly, the leopard lunges up and clamps onto his arm. A trainer is suddenly attacked by a lion right on stage. The bear becomes aggressive after being hit by a vehicle, viciously tearing into the tire of a car and chasing another one, terrifying everyone who witnesses it. A young woman skis along carefree and singing, completely unaware that a bear is chasing right behind her. Wildlife photographers experience a horrifying moment when an aggressive hippopotamus suddenly charges straight at their vehicle during a safari. The intense footage shows the hippo bursting out of the water, slamming into the car, and repeatedly biting into the body of the vehicle. Red-winged blackbirds suddenly attack during nesting season, becoming extremely aggressive as they fiercely defend their territory. They dive down without warning, startling pedestrians, joggers, and even cyclists in sheer panic. African elephants are unpredictable and extremely dangerous, making every encounter risky. When a tourist vehicle blocked its path back to the herd, the elephant grew agitated and charged, though fortunately no one was harmed. A raging bull unexpectedly burst through the streets of Spain and aggressively attacked a car. The powerful impact sent shockwaves through the neighborhood as the vehicle shook violently, revealing just how dangerous a bull can be when it loses control. A wildlife cameraman came face to face with a 1,000-kilogram polar bear on the hunt. Towering nearly 2.5 meters tall, the bear repeatedly attacked the transparent pod, trying every way it could to break through the barrier and reach the person inside. A woman at the zoo recklessly climbed into the tiger enclosure to retrieve a hat that had been blown away by the wind. The tiger stood right against the fence, sending chills through the crowd as it went wild inside the enclosure. An aggressive mother elephant charged straight at a group of tourists on boats when they drifted too close to her calves. The massive elephant rammed into the boats, flipping them over and sending the tourists into panic as they fell into the river. Thankfully, the victims survived without serious injuries. An extremely aggressive male rhinoceros charged at safari vehicles to protect its mate and calf. The animal became highly agitated and launched repeated attacks on the nearby vehicles. A tense moment left tourists frozen in fear. Tourists at Yellowstone National Park get too close while taking photos of a family of black bears crossing a bridge. Suddenly, the mother bear turns back and charges in a show of force to protect her cubs, sending the entire group fleeing in panic just in the nick of time. reckless behavior of a tourist at Yellowstone National Park, although ending without injury, forces authorities to issue a new warning about teasing and approaching wild animals. In the middle of the circus show, a lion suddenly loses control and turns on the trainer, right on the stage. Within seconds, chaos erupts as the audience screams in panic and other handlers rush in to rescue the victim. Fortunately, the trainer escapes by a narrow margin. A man slowly approached a kudu antelope, but the animal panicked and suddenly charged with full force. The impact caused the man's head to become trapped between the kudu's sharp horns. In that dangerous moment, several others rushed in to help and rescue him. While feeding a kudu at Marloff Park, a tourist was suddenly attacked when the animal turned aggressive. A dangerous moment showing that wild animals are always unpredictable, even when they appear gentle. A man in Alaska was taking a trash bag out to his shed when he suddenly encountered a bull moose and became trapped for a brief moment. In the Panch Pokhari area of Sindupalchok, a Himalayan yak suddenly turned aggressive and charged into an attack. A leopard slips into a residential neighborhood and moves in to attack a dog. The dog, deep in sleep and unaware of the danger, is quickly taken down by the predator. It is then dragged away immediately. A man sits on a chair holding a chicken in his hands, luring a lion that stands just a few steps away. A pack of dogs stays on high alert as danger approaches. The moment the lions rush in to attack, the dogs manage to escape just in time. A woman is ferociously mauled by a tiger right after stepping out of her car. She is quickly dragged into the forest. man is training a horse that is in an aggressive state. The horse lies down, appearing calm, but as the trainer approaches to pat its head, it suddenly launches an attack. A rhinoceros that had just been released back into the wild suddenly turns around and attacks a truck, ramming it with tremendous force and nearly flipping the vehicle over. A wild elephant crushes a Thai tourist's car, sending nearby visitors into panic and leaving the vehicle severely damaged. A young girl is sitting near the edge of a dock when a sea lion suddenly bursts from the water, attacks her, and drags her down.
Oh my God!
Luckily, a man dives in and pulls the girl back to safety. While walking along the beach, a man approached a wild boar to record a video as a keepsake. Unexpectedly, the animal suddenly charged straight at him, but luckily he suffered only minor scratches. Seeing her piglet in danger, the mother boar immediately rushed in to protect it, chasing after the person who tried to harm her baby. A vicious rooster suddenly lunged into an attack just as a man stepped out of his car, forcing him to panic and scramble back inside to avoid being pecked. After a while, the man finally made a quick dash into the house. A herd of wild elephants suddenly charges at a motorcycle, forcing the rider to abandon the bike and flee in panic just in the nick of time. Tourists filming the behavior of elephants suddenly find themselves in a real-life danger zone. More elephants unexpectedly move in to surround them, but luckily the driver stays calm and manages to escape. A gorilla suddenly charges straight into the barrier at a zoo, smashing through the protective glass and sending visitors into panic at its terrifying strength. As a man approaches a group of ducks, the mother duck instantly rushes out and launches a fierce attack to protect her young, forcing him to frantically retreat with his vehicle, but still unable to avoid being attacked. At Masai Mara, a lion crept up to a safari vehicle, cautiously inspecting it before suddenly thrusting its head through the window and attacking a tourist. The car immediately sped away to escape. A man riding his bicycle was suddenly pursued by a massive grizzly bear. The bear stayed right on his heels, creating an extremely dangerous situation, forcing the man to abandon his bike and run into the forest to hide until the bear finally left. Panic swept through an Indian village when a leopard suddenly appeared on a rooftop before darting wildly through the area. Fortunately, no one was injured, and after the terrified animal hid inside a bathroom to escape the crowd, forest officials safely captured it and released it back into the wild. Swan suddenly charged at a man in a territorial attack. The monkeys climbing all over the car as visitors drive them around brings non-stop laughter. Everyone absolutely enjoys the tour with the monkeys. A honey badger, released back into the wild by the Moholoholo Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, suddenly charges straight toward the cameraman. A man slowly follows a young deer that is blocking the entire road, trying to chase it back into the forest. But when he gets too close, the deer suddenly lunges forward, smashes the car's front windshield, and then runs away. The bear suddenly appears at a campsite, calmly rummaging through and stealing food while everyone hides in terror inside their tents, afraid to make a single move. An aggressive male rhinoceros, the second largest land animal on Earth, suddenly appears on the street and nearly charges at a person standing by the roadside. Fortunately, the person is warned in time and escapes by a hair's breadth. A giraffe suddenly chases a tourist vehicle, sending the entire group into panic during a heart-stopping escape. When coming face to face with a wild ostrich, you must stare it down, step back slowly, and hold something out in front of you for protection. Luckily for us, what was in hand was a GoPro, and at the exact moment the animal charged, the entire terrifying moment was captured on camera. Just one small mistake when approaching a bear can lead to a devastating accident. The incident takes place during a student field trip show at the Pensacola Interstate Fair. After the accident, the trainer suffers multiple severe lacerations and must be rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment. Tourists at Nara Park were startled by a deer, even though the species is usually gentle. However, if visitors carry bags with long straps, the deer may suddenly tug on them, so extreme caution is advised. In Estes Park, whenever the moose mating season begins, the streets fall into heavy traffic congestion as aggressive moose herds attack surrounding vehicles. A bear suddenly appears right at a campsite, calmly rummaging through and stealing food while everyone hides in terror inside their tents, afraid to make a single move. Breathtaking moment as a ferocious leopard suddenly charges and attacks a man who has only a stick to defend himself.
David! Oh!
A driver in New Jersey stops after hitting a deer. When he opens the door to check, the deer suddenly steps into the car, forcing the driver to push it out with his foot. A woman and a 15-year-old teenager are injured after being attacked by a wild boar right inside a subway station in Hong Kong. The bison charges after a crowd in the Old Faithful area. Man is chased by a stag in Bushy Park in London. Unable to outrun it, he decides to climb a tree. A terrifying moment unfolded when a Komodo dragon cornered a ranger up a tree, forcing people to drive the deadly reptile away. Komodo dragons carry venom strong enough to kill a person within hours. A giant squid wrapped its tentacles around his surfboard, and things quickly turned chaotic. Getting too close to stingrays is dangerous because they have venomous barbs and can strike when threatened. A man tried to pet a kangaroo and was immediately attacked when it spun around on him. While freediving, a diver accidentally came too close to a female elephant seal. Suddenly, she turned around and charged straight at him with her mouth wide open. Fortunately, he raised his stick to block, was pushed underwater, then managed to escape and swim away. An elephant seal charged in and damaged several vehicles.
Ow! Dang.
Right.
Want to know what it feels like to try escaping from an African male lion? It's absolutely no joke. A humpback whale breached right beside a boat, stunning the passengers on the whale watching tour. A jogger had a terrifying encounter with a brown bear and her two cubs on a narrow trail in Sierra Madre, California. A recently released rhinoceros suddenly turned back and rammed a truck, causing serious damage.